Okay, great. We're live. We're live here. We're live here, and I think the audio is better when I don't have bad background noise. But the audio is probably better, right? Although sometimes people just focus on the negative. But I'm guessing that the audio is better when it's running off the laptop, and then you hear the sounds of nature. But if I'm in Alamosa, the sounds are going to be a lot more atrocious. However, it's kind of funny, but it's also kind of sad that people be like, I don't like that music. That's just weird. But like, that's what you get though. When you get the type of society that you've worked for all these years through the social media content that you've uploaded, that's what you get. If you want the nice stuff, if you want the nice food, okay, if you want the openness, if you want the love, you're not going to get it from the ethno state. But if you hang out in the ghetto of social media, then that is basically what will seem to be the truth. My goal is to speak calmly, deliberately, peacefully, legally, respectfully, and lawfully, so that my message will get through. Somebody said hi to me, and they are Trump folks, but again, in some cases, they will be nicer, dude, including the military who doesn't like Muslims. He's friendlier with me. Bald guy with like the Punisher logo and all that. The guy who works at the Mofat dispensary, he's nicer. So anyway, I'm not going to go too long with these videos because I see people really aren't too interested in clicking, you know, on these live videos. But there's so much energy that I have to share, and it's really not going out there to the world. And so somebody said that I should be a teacher and that I should be teaching locally people how to make podcasts. And I'm telling you that he is right. And I do have the ability to be a teacher and a leader and a spiritual guide and a mentor and a friend of various men. It's going to take time for me to heal from the damage that's been done from people to me to be able to trust people again. But I'm already in people's energy space. You know what I mean? And I'm going to try to dig my heels in here to Crestone because no one's really messing with me here in Crestone like they seem to be in Salida, in Alamosa, and at times in Dallas. I really miss the person that I lived with who was my landlord. I really miss her. I don't know if she misses me. If she does, she's not admitting it. But even though she said horrible things to me, I still see good in her. And I don't know if she still sees good in me. I miss her so much. I don't know if she misses me. It hurts. It's so cold, man. It's like it's that scene from Poltergeist 3. It's cold. Marianne, Marianne. Where's Marianne? I don't know. I don't know. It's so cold. It's so cold. Well, it's starting to get cold. Right now, it's about to get real warm. It's about to get real toasty. But it's about to get cold in the winter. And I definitely think that I should be moving forward with instructional videos that are made to teach people, and it'll be made on a special YouTube channel. And it'll be like basically something that I tell people about, and it's going to be very well edited and produced and thought out. It's going to be clean, healthy, appropriate content. It's going to be educational. And there's just, and I'll consult AI or Grok with what information to put out there. But yeah, this guy who's a local connected in with Ben, the mayor, connected in with a few other people, connected in with the Peace Patrol. He was actually trying to motivate me to, actually going to the actual charter school and talking to them. Now, I'm not going to do that. And I'll tell you why. Because what I've been through in this world so far in 46 years, I'll reference my life story in a minute, just the really important part. I'm not going to tell the whole thing. Has not been good in trying to help. In fact, and we'll keep talking about this, there are people that are apprehensive about anybody trying to act. You know what I mean? Because they just don't believe it. They don't buy it. And they think that even the claim that somebody knows certain things wants to help. There's no way. They've never met anybody in their life who actually knew certain things. So I guess that they just assume that it's a scam setup to abduct a child or something. The way they got some of their children convinced to run when they see me. And so if there's any you got to understand, we'll talk more about this. Going into a town of darkness that's controlled by entities and being a beacon of light is going to be perceived as a threat. And through the mind control taking place, I don't want to go too far on this first thing in the morning while I'm still having my first cup of coffee, but that's pretty much default where they're at. And while the video may not look really good, it doesn't matter. Listen to the audio. Don't make me say stupid. And really, at this point, I don't really feel like I'm amongst friends at all on this channel. It's good that I don't hallucinate that you're my friends, that you're going to help me, that you get it, that you're not going to see my energy as bad. You are going to see my energy as bad if you listen long enough. And if you have attachments, if you have multiple personalities, this is not going to be great content for you. It's going to be something that's going to be painful. And so you actually have to be legitimate to get near me, to stay near me, to be consistent with me and not cast me out, and come back every few years after you break my heart, act like we're going to get back together again and do something profound. No, no, no. It's me against the world. So with regards to my life story, they were doing this to me as a child. Not only were they attacking me in public school, punching me in the head, and not only was I being denied love and compassion from all the females, and compassion from all the females. Yeah, but I would grow up and deal with pretty much the same thing. And so I would basically live in a world at the age of 46 without experiencing things in this world that other children get to experience. I'll give a couple of examples before going too far into this. Riding e-bikes, okay? Being able to walk around in freedom and have friends, having boyfriends, having girlfriends. Basically, what these kids do here in this park as Americans, they get to have friends. This lady named Carrie Nagel never allowed me to have friends, never wanted me to have friends, and was beginning a process of isolation that would make it more complicated, as if I wasn't already handicapped by being different. She was doing everything in her power to keep me isolated from others. There was never any attempt to teach me self-defense. There was never any attempt to teach me self-defense. There was never any attempt as a child to socialize me amongst others. And so by the time that I was, 14 or 15 and being, of course, kicked out of my mother's place and having to live in different places, there was never any type of direction, thus, from a number of factors for me to focus in on something that was for me, like a career, a job, then to believe in myself, then to go for it. It was all just being attacked, 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 attacked. And when you're being attacked, 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 move from place to place, you're not even thinking as a young child, oh, I'm to become a career person. You're actually dealing with the fires of racism and being physically assaulted with the mother and the father carrying. Now, somebody going through ongoing chaos like that, who looks different, who sounds different, who feels different, who doesn't even have their first girlfriend, they're not in a situation to focus full time on getting a degree. Now, while I was in my 20s, I did go to school. I did go to PCC. Then I worked for a little bit. Then I went back to MACC. So it's not like I never tried to go to school and make something of my life. It's that I got involved in cable access TV after I quit dope in 2004, after I finally kicked heroin. Most people don't even give me credit for that and go, wow, you went from that to that to that. They completely miss it, which is why, if I'm going to talk to somebody on the phone, they better be worthy. The problem is if you talk to somebody too much, they don't appreciate it. They take it for granted and they don't really give you the freedom of speech to express what you want. So if you're in my shoes, it's easy to be called bad energy for somebody because you're bringing up with a spotlight, not just a regular light, but a spotlight of heavy energy and supernatural observation. And they're like, oh my God, I'm feeling that spotlight. It's like, I'm burning, I'm burning. What a world, what a world. You don't know how to talk to people. Oh, yes, I do. You don't know how to listen. You don't know how to heal. You don't know how to be grateful. You don't know how to say thank you to God for giving you a child, for giving you this, for giving you that, for giving you a job. So there's actually so many people in this world who think that somebody's got bad energy if they're being masculine about telling their story, and they're shining the on the cause and conditions that created it to begin with. Whew. I'll have another beer, man. By the way, they have a bar over here called the People's Bar and Pub. I don't know if I'm going to go to it. Maybe. Maybe. Might actually go in and get some coffee in a while. So in my lifetime, this is what you got to know.